Alright, before I start this video out, I just needed to let everybody know that I call it beef pho. I know a lot of you want to say it's called beef pho, but you're wrong. I call it pho because that's the way it's spelled. Leave me a comment about how wrong I am. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is how to make beef pho in 30 minutes.
Alright, first things first, you're going to want to get the broth ready, the stock of the soup. You're going to take yourself a yellow onion, sweet onion, it doesn't really matter, just grab an onion. Cut that thing up in any way you want. I'm doing just a rough cut, doesn't matter, you're going to put it in some soup. Next up, you're going to cut your ginger up into medallions or coins, whatever. Cut the entire thing up and throw it in the same bowl with your onions. Now take yourself some cheesecloth. You're going to take 1 cinnamon stick, snap that joint in half, take about 5 whole cloves, throw it in there with it, and then you're going to have 2 star anise or anise, however you want to say it. Go ahead and wrap that up into a sack or a satchel. Alright, now go ahead and grab yourself a pot, pour in all of your beef stock, and put about 2 tablespoons of beef base in it. This one's called Better Than Bouillon, and I think it's the best one in the game. Trust me, it's magic. Alright, now follow that up with the aromatics you just cut up, your onions, your ginger. Now this trash is called fish sauce. It's really gross, but you need it. So put 2 tablespoons of that in the sauce. And lastly, take your little seasoning sack and dunk that in there as well. Great. Let that go for about 30 minutes. So while that's boiling away, now you can get the rest of the crap you're going to put in this soup cut up and ready to go. Me personally, I like to put green onions in it. I got some jalapeños that just roll around everywhere when you cut them. That's great. I also really like bean sprouts, but the store I went to didn't have bean sprouts, so whatever, I guess. We're going with jalapeños, green onions. I'm going to throw a lime in there because sometimes I want it to be a little sour, and you got to cut it like this because that's the way, people cut it for pho. Great. Oh my god, so cinematic. Also, I wasn't expecting to find Thai basil. I don't know if you guys put basil in it, but the pho place I go to, they do, and it's Thai basil. It's delicious. Next up, we got thin cut beef. Alright, I found this. It was $4 at the store. Great. Go ahead and just cut that up into sections. Whatever meat you're using. Some people do oxtail, and I think that's kind of creepy. But hey, to each his own. Look at that beef, it's so nice. Alright, about 5 to 10 minutes before your stock is done, go ahead and grab yourself another pot of water, put it on a boil. We're gonna make the noodles. Alright, these are rice noodles, so it's only gonna take about a minute or so for them to get fully cooked. So don't rush on these, it's not that big of a deal. Make sure you're taste testing your stock because it may or may not need salt. I know I ended up putting about a cup of water, a cup and a half of water in there because it was evaporating too much. Now, once all that's done, go ahead and start plating it up. Look at that. Make it look the way it looks in restaurants. It's great. And if you're worried about the beef being too raw because it is raw, look at that. Bam! The soup cooks the steak. That's how thin the steak is. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. The soup is hot enough. Oh my god, it just looks so good. I just had it to eat and I want it again. Look how great it is, okay? God. And those cooked onions that are in the sauce, jeez. Don't forget the lime. That's somewhat important. Oh, Jesus. Would you just look at it? Just look at it. Oh, also, there's no way I use chopsticks. Stop it. I use a fork. I'm goddamn white.